Hey guys, look, it's an exciting time with the Ethereum ETF launching next week, but I want to give some insight on what I believe is going to happen and what my strategy is for trading this Ethereum spot ETF, because a lot of people are showing signs of hyper bullishness when I don't necessarily think that it's cause for that yet. I think that we could see some different things, and I want to point them out to you today. Let's just jump into it. The first thing that I want to show you guys is these articles that I'm seeing all over the place today. Ethereum to cross $5,000 next week. Here's how. Ethereum enthusiasts have been waiting for a long time for Ether to break its previous all-time high and reach new heights. Various market and non-market conditions have been stopping ETH from doing it. Finally, the circumstances look positive, and it feels like this time ETH will go to $5,000 or even higher. Ethereum whales increasing holdings as ETF anticipation boosts market confidence. Galaxy Digital acquires nearly $1 billion in Ethereum crypto manufacturer deal. Ethereum's bull run, traders show confidence as ETH's price climbs. Now, all of these articles are talking about these potential moves in the next week to a month. I just don't think that it's wise to talk about it like this when, historically speaking, what we've seen with the Bitcoin ETF was that the price actually fell and we didn't see a new all-time high in Bitcoin for 2 months. It took 2 months after the ETF dropped for us to reach that new all-time high, and even after that, it didn't go much higher than the previous all-time high. So I don't want to get too excited too quickly and say that this is going to be the moment that we see a new all-time high with Ethereum in this next week. So I'm going to point some things out on the charts to you guys, and then I'm going to give you guys my strategy. It's going to be a 3-step strategy. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. I want to prove to you guys that the day that the Bitcoin spot ETF dropped was January 11th. And what we saw was that Bitcoin was sitting, it reached a high that day of around 48.5, and then it dropped for almost an entire month. We didn't see it reach that same price until literally a month later. And then we didn't see a new Bitcoin all-time high until 2 months later. 2 months and 2 days later is whenever we saw the Bitcoin all-time high that we have today. As you can see, Bitcoin is doing extremely well today. It's up to 67,000, and that is a great thing to see. But Ethereum, as you all know, is a completely different asset, and we have to trade it as such. So let's take a look at its chart. As you can see, Ethereum's all-time high was around $4,900. 48.7 was the exact all-time high, and currently we're sitting at about $3,500. Now, in the peak of Bitcoin, when it reached its all-time high in March, we saw Ethereum hit $4,000, and we thought that at that time we would see Ethereum reach a new all-time high then as well, and we didn't. So saying that within the next week we're going to reach a new all-time high to me is crazy. But, you know, I've seen crazier things, so I can't discount it altogether, but I will say that I am very skeptical. So we're at $3,500, and to reach that 5,000 mark, we would have to pump about $1,700 to get that new all-time high that they are talking about. I just don't see that happening. I think that what we're going to see is similar to what we saw with Bitcoin. Grayscale is probably going to sell a lot of its Ethereum so that it can move it over to its new fund, its new ETF. And so it's going to take a little while for that sell-off to commence and that pressure to be dissolved. Obviously, like I said before, is a different asset, so we might not see the same exact thing, but you also have to take in mind that we are moving into a bull cycle right now. There's a lot of factors outside of just what Bitcoin is doing. We've got an election coming up in a few months. We've got the economy that's slowly coming back. We've got all of these different factors that are playing into this that I think we could see over the next few months. We could see some really bullish things happen, but in the next week, in the next coming weeks, I just don't see it happening. So here is my strategy moving forward. Number one, I will not be buying any Ethereum over the next week. I'm actually going to wait and see what happens with this launch and see if the price drops. If it does, I'm going to move into number two. Over the next few months, I'm going to start dollar cost averaging some more Ethereum and see how low that price actually drops. And I'm going to pick up as much as I possibly can over the next 2 months, because I believe in 2 to 3 months, we could see that new all-time high. And in fact, I think we could see even higher than that $5,000 mark that these people are eyeing. And number three is I might even place some leverage trades in those dips that I'm talking about in number two. So each time I pick up a little bit more Ethereum, I might place a little leveraged trade on 2 to 3x just to see where this goes in the coming months, like I'm talking about. Now, I'm not going to do anything outrageous with it because there is so much uncertainty in the market right now. But I'm going to take some money and put it into a leverage trade probably that I can watch dip drastically and not have a problem with. So what I mean by that is I'm going to be very careful with those leveraged trades, trading on margin, to where if the price does sink below a certain amount, let's say $3,000 or $2,000, I'm still going to be sitting pretty because I'm going to have the capital to be able to hold on to that until we do reach these new all-time highs. Now, you have to keep in mind that throughout crypto history, every 4 years, we see the same cycle where we hit new all-time highs. Now, those all-time highs are getting less and less with Bitcoin, but Ethereum is a newer asset. It is trading a little bit different, but almost the same as what we've seen with Bitcoin. And every 4 years, we do hit a new all-time high. I don't foresee that changing anytime soon. I think that this year, next year, we will see some new all-time highs that we haven't seen before. So that's my take on it, guys. Take it with a grain of salt because I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing that I've said in this video should be misconstrued as financial advice. But if you watched all the way till the end, I just want to thank you so much for doing so, and I hope that you have a great weekend. That's going to be it for this one, though. Crypto Clay, out.